We've got Ben Barnett, a remedial and holistic massage therapist. Hi Ben, how's things?
Yeah, good, thank you, Barry. Good.
It's great to have you here today. Now, first of all, obviously, it's quite, the title of what you do, a remedial and holistic massage therapist, is quite a bit of a tongue twister. I'm really pleased I got that out. But can you give our listeners a brief understanding of exactly what services you offer?
Yeah, of course. Well, basic massage, most people have either seen or they've experienced, where someone's using their hands to kind of manipulate and rub muscles to help them to relax, to help them to stretch, and to help them to perform more effectively. Remedial massage is when you're doing that for somebody who's coming back from injury, and you're helping them develop flexibility, develop confidence and coordination to get back into their sport. Holistic therapy is a little bit different, and that's working not just with the physical body, but working with the mindset of the person and to some degree their emotional state. So you're really looking to have someone be aware of how their mental state affects how their body works and affects their performance. And I got very interested in that when I was doing sport and realised how much my mind played a part in my performance.
Now, Ben, I for one know the importance of psychology in sport, and obviously coaching at the local boxing club, the amount of boxers that go through our system, especially the novice ones, okay, lots of things play with your mind, and despite doing everything right in the gym, when they're taken out of their comfort zone and into competition, certainly with novice boxers, doubts creep in, you lose self-belief, and many novice boxers can lose the contest before even getting in the ring. So psychology plays a significant part in some sports, and I think, not just competitive sport, I guess the same principles apply to someone who lacks motivation to get up and go to the gym or go for a walk.
Yeah, indeed.
Now, I know you treat many of the Shepway Sports Trust elite sports ambassadors, but can you give us, our listeners, an idea of the other sort of clients that you work with?
Yeah, I'm really lucky to have a complete cross-section of clients. So I'm also a support coach for a local football academy. And so I sometimes work with young footballers who are 6, 7, 8 years old. And at the other end of the scale, my oldest client ever has been 88 years old. And in between that, as well as you say, working with professional sports people, I've worked with clients with spinal injuries. I've worked with disabled clients, including disabled athletes. And I work with late-term pregnant clients. A lot of the different kind of clients I work with is because of the technique and the piece of equipment that I use in my massage, which basically allows people who have restricted mobility to still be able to have massage without having to lie on their front.
Okay, Ben, I have to get this in now because you've got an item you've brought into the studio now about one of your clients, and
yes. In case I was boring today.
Just to describe for those at home, it's really for the male listeners mainly, but Ben's coming with a CD from Kylie Minogue in her heyday, and it's a message on the CD that reads that, "Hi Ben, thanks." What's she put here? Let's read it out. Her writing's terrible, I tell you. Thanks for always making me feel so good. Love, Kylie, and there's a kiss on it. But it does look remarkably like your handwriting, Ben. So I'm not sure, but it's lovely CD, lovely CD. Aidan would be pleased with that because I think he's a big Kylie fan as well. I think she comes second behind ABBA. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so. I know we've talked about the mental side of sport and getting active, but perhaps describe to our sort of listeners the types of individuals that would normally benefit from your service. I know you touched on sort of pregnancy, but you must just get a real variety of people that you can offer your service to. Yeah,
well, if we keep it connected to the sports side of things, there's two kinds of clients that I work with. One is people who are either not engaged because they have lack of confidence, because they've never tried a sport before. And then what I can do with them is help them to get that boost, that motivation, that confidence in a lot of ways to quieten down that voice that tells people that they can't do something or can't achieve something, so they at least have a go and start to connect to the fun of it and the joy of your body being active. And then the other side of it is once people are engaged and they're doing their sport, sometimes they'll come up against an issue or problem, and sometimes they'll just find themselves going to the next level. So maybe representing a region or even beyond that, going professional in their sport, and different mental challenges come up at that point. And because I've experienced all of those things, from being a novice as a sports person right the way through to representing Great Britain when I was at university, I kind of understand the mental pressures at each level, and I can talk clients through that. And in my 22 years of working, I've realized that there's certain parts of the body that kind of reflect those concerns and worries. And so as I'm working on those parts of the body, I can then get people to align their thoughts with more positive performance rather than negative.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, absolutely. And listen, it's some really interesting stuff coming out here. What we're going to do, we're going to be back with Ben Barnett after some more music. A good song from Blur here, The Universal, a good classic from the past. Okay, we're back with a true smooth operator, Ben Barnett. Ben, we had a chat before the break there about some of your services, but for those that are pretty curious at home, how long does one of your sessions typically last?
Yeah, so I work with everything from 15-minute, very specific treatments where I might be just working on a particular area of the body. So it might be someone comes in with a knee issue or a lower back issue, right the way through to the most involved work that I do can be anything up to 2 hours. That involves much more work on the mental and emotional side as well as the physical side of the massage. So,
Okay. Now, moving forward now, can you talk us through the process of how you engage a client and the layout of a typical treatment? I mean, what can they expect when they come in and sort of ask for your services?
Yeah. So, first of all, there's always a consultation phase at the beginning where I ask them about their health history, any particular injuries they've had. What's different about the holistic side is I also ask them sometimes about particular stressful or even traumatic things that might have happened to them, including injuries, sometimes even outside of their sport, because those things can factor into your ability to focus. And then I'll do sometimes a brief assessment on them physically. Some of the work that I do is clothed, but most of the time clients are taking their clothes off, so they're undressed down to underwear, but they're covered with a towel, and they're laying on a waterbed that's full of warm water, which is also quite an unusual aspect to my work. And the water lets me put my hands underneath people's bodies, so I can work the muscles in 3 dimensions. I can move the body in the water, and that often allows people to relax much more than a normal massage. I'm normally talking all the way through a session, which you'd think wouldn't be relaxing, but to be honest, most people's minds are so busy that if you don't engage their minds at the same time as their body, then they're thinking about a shopping list or the homework they've got, or their mind wanders. So this way round, I can keep them focused on what we need to have them thinking about for the biggest benefit of their body and their mind. And then I also record the audio of what I'm doing so that people can listen back to it, a bit like prepping themselves just before a big game or a big competition.
Okay. Right, okay. You obviously clearly got a very calming voice, Ben, which does help. I don't think it'll work with perhaps someone with a really, really maybe strong accent or something like that. But if listeners want to experience the services you offer, how can they get in touch and find out more?
Great. Well, I have a website, benbarnett.co.uk, and that links through to a lot of my social media feed, and people can find out more about it. I also have some guided visualizations that people can listen to for free on there. So they can click into one of those, put their headphones on, and just for 10 minutes kind of experience what happens to the body when you focus on something like positivity or confidence or detachment, and actually have an understanding of how my work works. But Three Hills is the main clinic that I work out of in the Shepway area, and I have a clinic in there, and so people can often find out details from Three Hills, or they can just pop in normally between Friday and Tuesday are days I'm definitely there. But I also have a couple of apprentices that I'm developing, because I'm keen to give my skills away to other practitioners, and so there's normally someone that they can speak to or even have a treatment from.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'm booked in, I think, with one of your apprentices next week. So, I'll give the listeners a bit of feedback as to how that went, because I'm pretty ticklish and I'm a little bit worried about what the experience is going to be like. But I'll certainly give an honest account, next week's show. So Ben Barnett, look, thanks ever so much for coming in. It's great to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
And thanks for showing us the picture of Kylie. Thank you very much. And so we'll keep you our listeners informed as to things that Ben's getting up to. But for now, we're going to go back to the music.